Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to The Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Well, what have we here?
It's a podcast.
Fine.
And what excitement we have today.
It's The Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara and Rob Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
Happy Monday, everybody. Monday after the big game day.
Mike, are you still feeling it?
No,
The excitement of the NFL?
I have to begin there. It seems like I do this every year. Didn't think it could get worse than last year, but
You're
it
talking
did.
like Larry King, Mike.
Didn't think it could get worse than last year. 40-0 Dallas. Didn't think we could have a worse game, but it hurt more. I don't want this to be his first surgery. Daniel Jones, many chances, not cutting it. Can I just mention this?
Please.
There's a video that they put online. There's a lot of football going on. There's a thing down here in Miami that I got to talk about with Tyreek Hill getting pulled over by these idiots that I have to share with you. But first, the Daniel Jones thing. New York Giants lost. Daniel Jones, worst game I think I've ever seen him play. It was horrible. I am like a lot of Giants fans. I think the experiment is over. I think we move on. We got to figure out a way to get by. But at the same time, here's this guy that is getting paid a ton of money, and it comes with the territory, the criticism online, the criticism that he's going to get in the media. It comes with the territory. No matter what you do, on what level in the public eye, the crap you take, you can fight back, but you got to realize that's just the way of the world. That's the way it happens. However, to the bottom-feeding, low-life scum that waits outside the stadium to boo him as he's walking, to his car, I looked at that. I don't care how disappointed you are. I don't care what toddlers some people are. Low life forms that pull that crap. And believe me, I cussed out Daniel Jones as much as anybody on the New York Giants. But the people that wait out there, I mean, give me a break, please. You booing in the game, fine. It's this generic wave of boos, but when you come out there and you wait so you can boo to his face, Jesus Christ!
Mike, you mentioned that for the Giants that the experiment is over. Hasn't the experiment been over for quite some time?
I think you nailed it. Yeah, I think it's been over for a very long time, and I think that's just the way it is. We have the video of DJ walking out. No, we don't. I'm sorry. I got my new specs on, so I'm having trouble seeing what's going on. But anywho, it really, really was. Oh, that's why. I'll put the right ones on. Thank you.
What's the matter? Oh, you got your wrong glasses on?
I got the wrong glasses.
Oh, Grandpa.
Yeah, Grandpa Mike. So yesterday, my son and I were completely ready for the game, and when I say ready, we were ready to accept any eventuality. Because that's what you do when your team really sucks. When your team really sucks, you make preparations emotionally for the game because you know that it could go either way and it could be horrible or it could be okay.
But
wasn't
go ahead, Josh.
Didn't he finish the season hurt? Like, wasn't this a first game back after surgery and stuff?
Well, yeah, sure.
Okay.
And Mike, you have to be honest.
What does that mean? Huh?
Mike,
Maybe.
What's that mean, Soroka?
Mike, you have to be honest here because even though you're prepared, don't you have a tinge of the any given Sunday attitude that this is going to be?
Hope springs eternal at the beginning of the season.
This is going to be great.
That's the tough thing about being an NFL fan because if your team is in the land of suck,
right,
you don't have nearly as much fun as other people that get to really look forward to Sundays.
Right.
When you're pretty convinced that, Well, next week we've got another suck team, your team, Rob. I don't know. The Commanders had a bad thing. Fried sent me a text that I didn't see the highlights, so I didn't see how bad they played. So,
well, Mike, the big concern in DC right now is since our new quarterback has lost his helmet twice in the game, they're concerned that they need to either cinch it tighter or get him a better fitting helmet. So obviously, that's the problem with our team.
Get it.
And
I'll go back after this show and look.
And do you remember when I
highlights.
mentioned
That's the way I
special
do it.
teams on on our show?
Uh-huh.
They missed their first field goal. Hail.
Hail. We were prepared, and I think that compared to other horrible Giants experiences in the NFL, we handled this one. We moved on from it. They suck, and that's just the way it was. And
you moved on from it.
Yeah, because
so what was this post on Facebook?
What post?
of the destroyed hat.
I moved on after that.
Okay.
That was what
posting that.
That's what helped. He doesn't have the booing video, Mike, but he has the picture of the hat.
I ripped the hat up.
I thought we were getting a story of the hat getting ripped off.
The
He's just
hat
dancing
was
past it.
that was late in the deal where my son and I were going out to throw the ball outside, and because the baseball draft for his little league is tonight, and he's preparing for that because there's always something, and I can say that to anybody about anything. There's always another day. There's always something. There's always another event. There's always something. Make sure you put yourself in a position to have at least one tiny thing to look forward to. It might be your next cigarette. It might be your next cigarette. It might be whatever floats your boat. But have that one next thing to look forward to, and put yourself on the line a little bit. You have to.
Sure.
Life's not any fun if you don't do that once in a while. So getting back to the whole thing. So I take the hat, and it's really well made. It's
I saw it's a name brand.
It's ill-fitting because it fits a little too tight. It's not comfortable. Just like being a Giants fan is not comfortable. And
a lot of pressure.
I'm pulling it like a weak old man that I am. I'm going like that, and then my kid tries to pull it.
So you actually
we're laughing.
You set out to destroy it, and the initial attempts failed.
Yes. I look like an old sales manager trying to open a package of peanuts.
That's what impressed me about the photo is it seemed really hard to tear a hat like that.
It is. Or maybe somebody with a little more core strength could knock it out and accomplish.
You know who probably could have opened it, Mike? The Children of the Night.
But the beautiful music they make. We'll get to horror movies in the show today too.
Good.
Gotta talk about the latest offering from Glenn Close.
I saw a new horror movie. It's called The Hat Ripper.
Okay. The Hat Ripper did not succeed either. But we have an AFC team and we have an NFC team, and that's the pivot. And I said, let's pivot to because I saw that the Dolphins game was tied. I said, let's pivot to a competitive game. That's all I want. I want a competitive game. I want a chance to get out there. A contest. And that's fine. We and they're local. And I don't like Tampa, so Miami is it. And by the way, to the officers that chose for a moving violation to put Tyreek Hill on his stomach with the cuffs, Jesus. One officer already put on administrative leave in Miami. I think they were all motor squad members.
I saw one report, Mike, that another player, I think it was a defense guy, pulled over to try to de-escalate.
You mean a defense, somebody on the defense?
You understood, didn't you?
A defense guy.
Mike, why must you pick at something that was perfect? Never mind.
Well, if he's being arrested, a defense guy could be a lawyer, an attorney.
Right.
Yeah, the defense guy got out, Mike, and tore
you mean
apart
another player?
Yes.
Okay.
From the Dolphins, Mike.
Okay.
And he tried to de-escalate the situation, so they cuffed him too.
Yeah, I heard. Look, I'm a big believer in until it's investigated.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if he really was doing anything wrong, I'm not sure he would have been, out in 30 minutes, which he was when they realized how stupid what they did was.
Yeah, they should have treated him like a notable offense guy.
No, they treated him like they treated him like a black guy that was in a sports car.
Of course.
An expensive
Yeah.
sports car,
And it's a disgrace, really.
You know what I just realized?
What? You're missing glass in one of the sides.
Yeah.
Jesus, I'm a mess. I'm a hot
I
mess.
say it for the second time. Oh, Grandpa. Well,
Fine.
but they're wrong though.
Yeah, but
Those
I
are
can do
readers,
this.
right? So you
That's,
can't.
I
You have
can
to
do
look
that.
over them.
I can do
Mike,
that
you used to
today.
you used to have 100 pairs of glasses. What happened?
I do,
He
but
ripped
they're
them
not.
all up
But I
during
don't
the
have.
game.
I don't have 100 pairs of progressives because they're too expensive. But I got readers. Josh, there are a lot of readers websites out there. I got a good one for you. I'd love to have them as a sponsor.
All right, send it to me.
But getting back to the whole, so we pivot to Miami, and I'd heard earlier, even before the Giants game started, that
Right.
Tyreek Hill had been cuffed. And was and by the way, they put one of the officers on administrative leave, and I think we have the picture of the officer who was put on administrative leave.
Silly Mike.
Do you know who that is, Rob?
It's the quarterback for the Vikings, isn't it?
No.
He is a quarterback.
It's the quarterback
though,
for
isn't
the Jacksonville Jaguars who
Yeah.
they play.
It would make
Oh,
more sense for the team they're against. Quarterback.
I didn't watch the game,
That's just I love.
but
that.
have fun jumping in the pile. It's always fun in here.
No, I'm just
I love
impressed you knew it was a quarterback and not just a silly looking
That's
cop.
true. You give him credit for knowing it was a quarterback. That's
Mike,
that's a good thing.
I
Yes.
actually have some video that shows the handcuffing if you'd like to see it.
Okay, let's take a pic.
Dolphin star.
By the way, that lady that's doing the anchoring, she's the
That's
quarterback.
Frederica Hill.
She's the quarterback for the Vikings.
Tariq Hill
they call her
just
Fred.
addressed the media
Hey,
for
Freddie.
the first time.
They call her Fred.
After he was pulled over when in his vehicle and
Nice
then
car.
put in handcuffs earlier today. Video shows officers putting Hill on the ground
1, 2,
in handcuffs just
3,
steps away
4.
from the Hard Rock Stadium. He was driving there ahead of his team's home opener
Having
game
fun.
against the Jacksonville Jaguars
I'm sorry.
today.
I'm trying
Team
not to
officials say
prejudge,
Hill was pulled
but
over
I'm
for
prejudging.
a
Yeah, I don't know that a traffic
Idiots.
stop requires 3 guys to cuff you and 1 guy to oversee it.
Did
That's
it
just
say
me.
what the traffic violation was?
I don't know. They didn't. I mean, a moving
So-
violation might have been speeding. I'm not
They
sure.
So
said-
it wasn't
I
like
th-
the
I've heard
golfer
reckless.
trying to run over
Yeah, reckless,
people.
which might mean
Yeah.
speeding.
Yeah.
Getting to the game. Where he happens to be the superstar of the team,
Well, it then led to his touchdown celebration.
which
Yes.
was fabulous. I no matter what the circumstances were, the one of the other players came in and put the cuffs on him, mocked putting the cuffs on him, which was hysterical. And then I saw an interview with his agent, Drew Rosenhaus, the mega agent, and
Does he still represent you?
yes. Yeah, he got me that lifetime contract, which was really fun. And apparently, Drew Rosenhaus had went out had a celebratory meal last night. But you look at that, and to go through that, I ask anybody, even if you're speeding, I've sped into the reckless territory.
Yeah.
I was stopped by a state trooper. I got a summons to go to court. I wasn't pulled out of my car. I didn't have him put handcuffs on me. I want to hear the circumstances. However, right now, on the surface, looks pretty goddamn bad. And this is just, look, I know. Would he be treated? You wait. You hold off because it works too fast in America. I have plenty of friends who are on the job, police officers, but at the same time, when this happens, I've had lots of conversations with cops too. And I know the mindset of certain law enforcement officers from around the country when it comes to minorities. Sorry, it's just the way it is. I mean, it is. And some of them, look, it's all about training. We'll see what happens. So, but the Miami Dolphins, he got to the game, Tyreek Hill, and they won the game, and he had an 80-yard touchdown pass.
Yes.
It was fun to be a Dolphins fan. Always fun. So my son and I, we went out to a local eatery afterwards, our little pizza joint, and my son popped on his Miami Dolphins hat, and I'm okay with that.
Sounds like
That's
it.
the way it goes. No, I am. I'm fine with that because they're a fun team. They got a legacy. They're fun. Don Shula,
Yeah, you should have gone to the
Kick, Larry
Mike,
Zonka.
You should have gone to the steakhouse.
Dan
If you
Marino.
really want to
well,
watch
that's
the
at the
game.
airport. We've got that at the airport down
Oh,
here.
Shula's is at the airport.
We've got a Shula's at the airport. We don't have one of the good Shula's. We have one of the crappy satellite Shula. You know how these restaurants sometimes go into an airport and downsize, and downsize the menu and downsize it.
If you go to McCormick and Schmick's at National Airport, it's not the same. Yeah,
it's not. It's not a real. But they've got the name and they put it in there, and it was a. Now
and they have Don Shula under glass, don't they, at the airport?
Don Shula under glass. It was a free weekend for my wife and I, which is very, very rare. And I didn't know this was coming until Friday. Double sleepover at Michael's friend Taylor's house. And his parents are very dynamic and very good people. And there were 2, maybe 3 comments. Because you have interaction with the other parents when my kid stays at a sleepover. And I will tell you that it makes you feel good as a parent when you get, I hope it wasn't too much trouble. He's a gem. That was one of them that sticks out in my mind. I want, we have him around so that our kids can watch the way he behaves. That type of thing. I just loved hearing that stuff about my
Sounds
kid.
like you left him with like Chick-fil-A employees.
It was wonderful. It was absolutely
my pleasure.
And they're 2 brothers, so the brother's just a little older than Michael's contemporary, so they have a great time. And these are people who got wrecked in Hurricane Ian and came back. They live on Sanibel, and they're just wonderful, much younger parents than we are, and just good people. And it's just great
Really?
to get
Younger
a review.
than you?
Hey, calm down, okay, Nancy? Really? Will you calm down a little bit, please?
You drew first blood.
A defense player.
Yeah, defenseman, Mike. Defense guy.
No, a defenseman would be wrong, too.
Yeah,
A defensive player.
that's right. A player from the defensive side of the squad.
Thanks. But
One of the 11.
The parents were fun, but we had both Friday night and Saturday night off, and realized just how dull and boring we really are.
Did he stay straight on through, or did you have to pick him up in between, or was just like a straight on through?
What happened? Wait, there's a thing to that. Let me think. We saw him. I'm totally confused right now. How did it go? I picked him up yesterday at lacrosse practice for one of their kids.
Okay.
And then on Saturday morning after the sleepover, how did that go down? I think Carla had a rendezvous.
Okay.
At some point because I was hitting the egg.
It's
But
nice
that's
that
it.
they got such high review. The last time I picked up was some time ago, but when I picked up Robert from a sleepover, they had him face down and handcuffed. So
It
he
was
not.
He got a tremendous amount of sleep at this house, so I'm very happy. But
That's
it's nice
crazy. Yeah.
It's not. My kid can be a monster in our own home, but it's nice that to get a review. You always want that when your kids stay
Now, even
somewhere
though
with another parent.
He got a lot of sleep. I have to ask this because this is a phenomenon we have discussed before. When a kid comes home from a sleepover, their mood and attitude towards discipline is different sometimes. You know what I mean?
Well, no, he was. It's hard. It was a better vibe because they get sleep there. They chill out. And here's the other funny thing about the kid. His buddy, my favorite friend of his, Taylor, who they both play bassoon. So the father sent me a video of, and the older kid I think was playing sax. So he sent me a video of all 3 kids hitting their musical notes. Absolutely hysterical. And,
I have it, Mike. I actually have it. Here,
okay,
this
let's
is
listen to it.
2 bassoons and a sax here.
All right, let's listen. Here they are.
Any excuse. Is
My house
bassoon
right now
like
is the Sanibel Symphony Orchestra practicing. Quite entertaining, which it, you know.
That's so great. Now, is the bassoon like a thing now because there's two bassoonists? I mean, I would think a school would have one bassoon.
They're the ones that did it. They're the ones that decided that they would be the bassoon players, which is fantastic.
And Carrie asked me last night, she says, why the bassoon? Was it ever explained to you why he chose it?
You know what? I have no earthly idea. I know that he's obsessed with it, that he likes it, and we'll see where it goes. And then I immediately texted my buddy, Colonel Colburn of the Marine Band.
Love him.
And he said if he's proficient at that, they are in demand at colleges, that they need bassoon players because a lot of people don't pick that musician
and Mike, not just
instrument up,
not just in orchestras.
Instrument.
Did you know the bassoon is what was used to do the sound of Fred Flintstone walking? So there's always play for that. Doot, 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 doot. Yeah, exactly. So there's that.
I've tried to hit a few notes on it, and I've been able to, but it is, the first thing you hear about it is that it's difficult. And then you get your hands on it and you look at it and it's, oh my God, it's complex.
Well, the reed,
there are a lot of pulleys and holes and different things.
The mouthpiece is a double reed, right? It's like
I don't
two
know
reeds
what's
on
a
top
double
of each
reed.
other.
I don't know.
Okay. Does it open up into
it's
a
reed
larger
instrument?
I don't know. It's a reed. Yeah, it's definitely a reed. And they talk a lot about the reeds, including the reeds getting moldy. You don't want to leave the reeds out or whatever because they can get moldy.
Well, like a saxophone is a single reed instrument. They have that piece of wood that
slides
down
under the mechanism.
Mouthpiece, right. But the bassoon and I believe the oboe have two reeds that are pressed together and you have to blow through the reeds.
Absolutely. And it's a little tube
that
goes to the end of the reed and they do that.
And speaking of reeds, we'll have Reed Galen on the show this Wednesday.
Yeah, I mean, how lucky are we, ladies and gentlemen, from the Lincoln Project for some post-debate analysis. We're going to have Reed Galen from the Lincoln Project on the show. That will be a fascinating discussion because he is always a delight to talk to, and Reed Galen will be our guest on Wednesday's show. So that's something to look forward to. We haven't visited with Reed for a long time, so I really look forward to that. The other thing I wanted to mention for the weekend, so the 2 nights off, what would one do?
Well, I think at least you'd go out to dinner.
Did we go out to dinner? I don't think we did. Yeah, we might have gone out to dinner.
Okay.
Where did we go? It was not a noteworthy meal. I remember that.
Unrewarding.
Yeah, not much to talk about there, but plenty to talk about with
Do you think you went to a place that had several different similarly named places, like a chain restaurant, or was it a place that was its own?
It was a Mexican joint.
Not your Mexican joint.
By the way, at Mrs. O'Mara's brick and mortar store, they are sliding in a brand new mom and pop Mexican joint with a patio next to. So come down to Fort Myers.
She'll never come home.
You can get your face washed by Mrs. O'Mara, and then you can go down and have a taco next door, which is.
I think you'd want to do it in the opposite order in case you're sloppy with your taco.
Yeah.
Then she could wash your face.
She could wash it off, right? Yeah. Wash it off and.
At Mrs. O'Mara's brick and mortar store,
so
which is the new official name.
Well, it's what you call it.
I know, but it's not like the name.
Mortar.
But it's not like the name of the business. I just think it would be great if you had a sign that said
that. Durham Glow Skin. We'll have a commercial for him later on.
Yeah.
So the activity that we participated in, we went to the local. I don't know if you have these in Virginia or in St. Augustine, Josh, but. We went to one of those local arcades, where they have the slots in the not a casino per se, but a little local joint where they have them.
Like a gas station, how they've got the wing with the little slot machines.
Yeah, like my 7-Eleven up here.
They had one at the bowling alley, and but you walk in the joint we have that's close to our house that they just opened, and in fact it's next to my old barber. And they put it in, and we went in, and I couldn't believe it. I was like a little child the first time Carla brought me in there.
Are they knockoff versions? Because at my 7-Eleven, they have something like Wheel of Destiny instead of Wheel of Fortune.
No, they're much cheaper. That's the only thing. You can't put big bets down. You really can't. You can't do that. But they are identical to what you'd find, and they're probably third generation, second generation, third generation.
Do you win money or tickets?
You win tickets.
And then you cash the tickets in?
Then you cash the tickets in.
For what?
For
like little kid trinkets?
For little trinkets. No, you
Like
can get you get cash.
Oh, okay, but you have to go up to like
So,
the
You
guy.
got to go to the window.
But this is like an adult arcade.
It's an adult arcade with slot machines in it.
Okay.
that you can eat.
You can eat. I walked in, and having never been, hard to believe I have never been in one of these joints, but let me tell you the clientele that this brings forward. I think that I live in a rather eclectic area of Florida.
Sure.
And Josh, you might say that all of Florida is a tad eclectic, right? You have
Yes.
differing lifestyles close together. You
Correct.
really do. And that's just the nature of the state.
Sure.
And
the sun attracts weird people.
and
Some would say it's the tips of the country that attract weird people. You go as far south as you can, you go as far west as you can.
Rob, I will give you a perspective
All right.
on this joint by the handwritten sign and the only sign on the window.
I love a handwritten sign.
No guns, no backpacks, no drugs.
In that order.
But right, but you don't need shoes and you don't need a shirt.
No.
There were no shirtless people in there, and everybody appeared to have shoes.
That's a great sign, Mike, because a lot of times in those backpacks, guns and drugs.
But let me give you the other best part of this place.
Yeah.
Look, I don't
How far is it
pretend-
from your
I don't
house?
pretend I'm anything but what I am. I
Right.
am not a fancy lad.
If we were
I
to-
am not. I'm
if we were
sorry.
at your home, your beautiful home, and we were to hop in your car and drive
Yeah.
to this adult arcade,
Yes.
how many minutes does it take to get there?
Less than 5 minutes.
Oh my God. Okay.
And it's next to a Little Caesars. And they have free pizza at the arcade.
So they've worked out a trade deal. So instead of a cocktail waitress bringing you a watered down scotch and soda, they
Right.
bring you shit pizza.
You get 2 free drinks too when you go in there. Either a beer or like a Truly.
Mike, this place sounds like science fiction. I love it.
Sounds like Nirvana is what it sounds
Yeah.
like.
Do they have a ball pit for grown-ups?
They don't have a ball pit for grown-ups, but I'll tell you, it was so much fun for us.
Yes.
And because we won a little bit, we didn't go Friday night.
Oh,
we
no.
went Friday night and Saturday night.
Is this
That's how
place called-
pathetic we are.
Is this place called Spin City?
Similar. I don't want to
Okay.
give the name. I
All
don't
right,
want to
no
give
problem.
the name.
I just was trying to find what this place is and just found
Right.
an article about a place called Spin City with the slot machines being ripped out by the Florida Gaming.
They do. They do. There's some of
company.
them. They don't. I don't know the total background of these places. I
Is
don't
it
know
sort
if
of
they're
hinky?
hinky. I've heard it could be hinky, but at the same time, it's not. You know, it's fine. It's the action. I'm not.
You
there,
love the action. God.
I'm not there to pay for my kids' college. I'm there to have an hour or two of fun.
So
and
you
just
won
watch
on
the bells and whistles.
You won on Friday night,
$20.
went back on Saturday night, and gave the 20 back, I'm guessing.
Nope. Won another 20.
So you're 40 up for the weekend.
And that's why we went back. And it was tons
That
of
buys
fun.
a lot. That buys a lot of bassoon reeds.
Up, down, up, down, up, down. But I mean, it's the action.
Yeah, it is
Talking
the
to a guy
action.
about it that was in there. I said, it's about the action. That's why people like to do it. I watch these guys online, the Vegas Mats of this world,
Yes.
who will throw tens of thousands of dollars in, and it's not money related as much as it's just the activity.
The action, yeah.
Right? I mean,
When you were-
I
when
think
you were
that's what it
speaking
is.
to the
I don't know.
other-
I'm not all gamblers.
No,
I don't
well,
know what the
that's-
deal is. You
I
know?
think that you are a textbook type of the kind that likes to go in there for the action.
That's
Because
kind
that's
of the way I
really
look
what
at
you
it.
are. Yeah. Now,
I
when
was,
you spoke
I was
to the
cringing right there, Josh. I thought he was going to say something awful again and hurt my feelings.
No,
again.
no, not at all. I mean,
Okay.
we've tracked you in casinos. We know.
Yes,
we
you
know
know
your
my
game
behavior.
plan.
You know my behavior.
When you talk to
And
the
you
other
know my
people,
behavior would not be that I'm out there, you know.
No, you're not a high dollar guy.
Not in the last 20 years.
No. Well, you know what? By the
Perhaps
time
in another time, I may have been a little irresponsible.
perhaps by the time you and I got close enough that I would be able to analyze, you were done with your high dollar days. I think.
Yeah, those days have been really in the rear view mirror. But
So
I
you
love
just like the
action.
blinking lights.
I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. It's like self-hypnosis. It's
Christmas.
like your troubles go away. You forget everything. All you're looking at are the bright flashing lights, and it works for me. It works for me. It's relaxing for me. I really, really enjoy that. And if you lose, which you do more often than you win, you take your lumps and you move on. And if you win, so be it. Isn't that fun? And that's just what we did. Now, is it
attitude in
healthy?
my family
I don't think
growing
it's
up-
healthy at all. I don't think it's healthy at all. It's
You know, the
probably-
attitude in my family growing up is if you spend $100 on a nice dinner or you spend $100 at a casino, you're still out $100. Did you enjoy
Exactly.
yourself? That's fine. That's good.
That's it. It's
Well,
fun.
and whatever money you lose, you just have to eat that much in pizza and cookies.
Yeah. Did you get your two drinks each night?
This is the truth. Was it Friday night or Saturday night? Oh my God. Why am I having trouble with the memory? Maybe it's because I'm getting old. Carla stops by Friday night. We go in and we bring our own hooch because we were told
You're allowed to do that?
the last time we were in there, we were told they're not giving freebies anymore.
Oh, they're tightening their belt.
But they said you could bring your own. And so we bring our own. And Carla says, "What do you want?" I said, "I don't want beer. I'll take one of those White Claws or whatever, the
Right.
seltzer water thing. That's what I like."
So you
Gosh,
probably
Frank.
brought
Yeah.
more than one.
No,
So
just
you
one.
dragged the cooler into there.
We didn't. We brought one, but it was a giant. Like one
Okay,
of the,
like
one
a
of the
tall
tall
boy.
boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We brought two tall boys in there. And then when we got there, they said, "Oh, we're back to giving the freebies. But now only two." I said, "Get your rules together. Get your rules together."
Oh, you
so we
can't
know what's
start on a
going on."
negative. Like
No.
you should have said, "Well, that's terrific.
They
Thank
have
you."
to change the rules based
I'm
on
pathetic. I am pathetic.
who's stopping
I know.
by to look.
And,
Yeah.
and by the way, if you worry about safety, there is an armed guard in there.
Does he work there or is he just another client?
He works there and
Okay.
pads around, and and they're very nice guys. And the first night we were there, because I had that. Now I remember. Now it's all coming back.
Coming back, sure.
We had gone to dinner, and I had an adult beverage at dinner. And after the adult beverage, we got two other adult beverages.
Did the
And-
adult beverage have a floater?
Yes, it did.
Okay, so this is you were.
And now,
you were,
because you're doing this, I'm piecing it together. I'm slowly piecing it together. Oh, okay. I know where we went.
where?
It was a chain.
What?
I'm so white trash.
Where did you go?
We went to Texas Roadhouse,
That was
had-
who guessed it? There was a
and-
guess in the chat room.
and I had dinner at the bar.
Oh, you know
On
what?
Friday
I'm
night.
sorry. Carla actually revealed it. It was not a guess.
Okay, yeah, Texas Roadhouse.
So
All
it checks out,
Thanks for
Josh.
listening, Carla. I appreciate it. And then, and then we stopped and got the tall boy, and then
Like at a convenience store?
Carla's going to be yelling at me because I'm getting the
just-
chronological order completely.
Don't let
out
the
of-
facts get in the way of a good story.
So we get that, and we go there, and because I was feeling loose.
Sure.
I think I may have walked up to one of the younger security guards and said, "Oh, the power went off, and all the machines went dark."
oh,
That's a sign of a good place.
that's really not good.
So they all go dark, and then they come back on, and then it happened one more time. After the second time,
Did you
I
have
walked in,
credits in the machine
and
that
it,
you
and it,
lost?
it rebooted, and nope, it got everything that was in there. Everything
Okay, good.
stayed.
Good.
And then it rebooted again. And in between, I walk up to the security guard, and I said, "Have you ever seen the movie Ocean's 11?"
Oh no!
And he said, "No." I said, "Oh, you got to watch that with these power outages." And I didn't say anything
Mike,
else. I didn't
we're
tell him
so-
that that's how they knock over Andrew Garcia's casino by the big Vegas-wide power shortage.
Mike, we are so old that it doesn't make sense that he would have seen the new one or the old one.
This is
the new
true.
one is 30
This is
years
true.
old.
The new one is God, it is, isn't it?
I
The
just
new one
about.
is ancient.
Yeah.
These armed guards, do they look like they're trained or that they got their costumes over at Spirit across the street?
They are trained. They
Okay.
appear to be the real deal. They appear to be let me put it this way. I believe if there are operating costs for one of these facilities, that is a chunk of it, because they're very polite and they are very businesslike. And but it's a little disconcerting until you get to be an expert, as we are slowly becoming. And there is an element to these places that makes me uncomfortable, and then an element that makes me comfortable. The element that makes me uncomfortable is the evidence of someone that perhaps is no stranger to substance issues. Okay? That makes me a little the part that makes me comfortable are the people that have come from another land and are in there just having fun on a Saturday night.
You don't think
That's
they
it.
actually flew in just for the casino, do you?
No, I believe they've been here, and they probably contribute a tremendous amount to the local economy down here.
All right.
And
Now-
and that I am, and that, as a matter of fact, I may have on the second night tried to communicate with someone who did not speak English and try to use my broken Spanish to communicate. And
Did you ask them if they had seen Ocean's 11?
No, I did not.
Now,
No.
the last time I did I think it was the last time I went to a casino. It was a failed experiment. We went to a place called Rosie's in Richmond, which was only slots, and they've got some weird rule where the slots are tied into.
Sounds like maybe one of our joints, like not a real casino place.
And somehow the slots are tied into race tracks, and the rules are very particular.
Yeah, there are a lot
But
of
we-
gaming rules. Was Rosie there?
Rosie was not there, but we did see 2 fights break out. Were there any fights or anything like that?
No.
Did you feel it was not
you
a dicey
can't have
clientele?
that. That's not gonna. That's gonna. The two. One of the guys isn't that big, but there's one guy that's big. And
What was-
yeah.
What was the average age of the people
Good
that go
question.
to this?
Good question.
Oh, it's you know what? I would average it out to be about 40. I would average it out to be because you got
Any
you got the-
youngsters there, like 21-year-olds?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some kids that have been in there. I've seen senior ladies in there. I've seen senior men, and I've seen guys that are in the middle of the workforce that are doing that.
Did you recognize any of the slots? Now this is really this shows-
All of them, all of them.
So like you
The
saw
same kind you'd see in a
Buffalo.
casino.
And did you see
Buffalo.
any? Did you see any old school manual slots like double
No.
diamond or triple diamond?
Nope,
They're
none.
all the electronic kind.
They're all electronic, and now
Any tied
electronic
into
are
major
everywhere.
Hollywood movies? Like was there?
No, not that bit. Not that. I don't think they have that wherewithal to get those kind. It's just,
Okay.
but there were enough of them to be
The very rich Asians machine is very complicated, Mike.
crazy rich Asians.
Yeah, well, this was very
And
rich.
you know the
Asians.
slot players will tell you don't use those machines.
Yeah.
The rights they cost more.
Yeah.
And but
and
who
also,
knows?
Mike, don't ever play the Big Charlie machine. The one
Hi everybody.
that's got that big 6-foot handle.
Yeah. But I have to tell you this, I'm not
What?
allowed to go without her. Yeah. I'm not allowed to go in there by
What if
myself.
she's off at another prayer breakfast in Cabo? Then can you go?
Yeah, who knows? I'm going with her to Cabo. We got to take a break. And,
So you say.
yeah, if the passports come through, that's another thing.
That's always something, isn't it?
I got something all the time. Passport fun. Not going to be able to get to it all today. Talking in fragmented sentences. Happy Monday, everybody. Giants suck. We'll be back with the round table right after this.
Hey there, it's me.
This guy is one funny motherfucker.
With a fantastic promo for the latest bonus show.
Turn the audio down on your television and turn up the radio.
Larry King stops by with a few revelations.
Bowling is fun because you get to put your fingers in things. There is no proof that I ever milked a cow.
Mike's
And
terrible.
Josh has one of his own.
I've been here for 5 months. If I could ever learn to say the G's, I would have taught myself.
Download the funny today with a bonus show subscription at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
I f***ing agree.
And share what makes you laugh on the TMOS supporters page at Facebook.
Why is my pastry stale?
Wow. Boy, oh boy. Got to do a sound check with that. Hey, it may be September, but it still gets hot and you still need hydration.
Yes.
Liquid IV has refreshing flavors like popsicle firecracker
You go back for more later.
And Rainbow Sherbet that hit the spot when you need transformative relief. Indulge in hydration with electrolytes, essential vitamins, and clinically tested nutrients from the #1 powdered hydration brand in America, Liquid IV. It's wonderful, and the secret is LIV Hydroscience, the science-backed formula that's an optimized ratio of electrolytes, essential vitamins, and clinically tested nutrients to turn ordinary water into extraordinary hydration. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here to tell you that without my wonderful Liquid IV, with the sport that I love, out of doors, when the humidity is radiating out of the ground, Josh, I don't know if you have it as bad up there as we have it down here, but I am telling you, we are in the dog humidity. It is like playing golf in the ass of a sweaty gorilla. It is nasty down here, and I can't.
70 and crisp, full sun today in Washington.
Oh,
D.C.
I'm jealous. I know it's getting nice up there, and I am so jealous. But man, I couldn't do it. I couldn't exist without my Liquid IV out there. It makes it livable. Check out 5 delicious sugar-free flavors: raspberry melon, rainbow sherbet, white peach, green grape, lemon lime, and the return of fan favorite hydration multiplier cotton candy. I love them all. I love them dearly. If you don't know that, you haven't been listening to this show. Grab a variety pack. It's the spice of life. Tear, pour, live more. Indulge in hydration with Liquid IV. Get 20% off your first order of Liquid IV when you go to liquidiv.com and use code TMOS at checkout. You are going to love it. That's 20% off your first order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code TMOS at liquidiv.com.
News and passport news.
No, that's for another show. I don't have time to get into that because
I'm sorry about that.
The passport situation is manageable but nerve-wracking simply because you don't know.
They take their time.
Well,
Oh,
we
my God.
expedited it, and we'll see about. We're definitely late to the party, and I'm not sure how that's going to go down. So we'll see what happens.
Can't wait. All right.
I'm obsessive compulsive like Rob to a certain degree. If I don't get my
if you
computer
go
working.
to fly up to Washington, D.C. and stand in line all day, you can get your passport in 24 hours.
I've done it.
Yeah, and
Me
I
too.
think
No
I could
fun,
do that
but
if I
it's
went
a
over
suck
to
day.
Miami, but I was worried that I might be put in handcuffs.
Yeah, and
So
put on
I
the
didn't do
ground.
that. Beetlejuice made $110 million in its opening weekend. That's the second biggest September opening of all time. By the way, I never asked, are you a Beetlejuice? Would you go to you love the theater?
I went
Would you
and
go?
saw it.
You did? Fantastic.
Yes. And I was shocked. For one, I was shocked that it was hard to get tickets.
That
it
popular.
I couldn't go out Friday night. I eventually found tickets for Saturday night because it was sold out every showing.
Yeah.
And it was on all the screens. I enjoyed it a lot.
Okay. All right.
Michael
Worth
Keaton's
it?
a lot of fun. It's worth watching. It's just fun and different than anything else that's out there.
All right.
I will
That's
definitely
awesome.
see it. I like Michael Keaton. He's a ticket seller for me. I like Michael Keaton. So
That's good. Well, I'm looking forward to maybe checking it out myself with my son. It is the third.
I don't know about that.
Oh, really? Little
Really?
little
Well,
naughty.
For my kids, it might be a little much. I know.
And when you say much, is it the adult content or is it the
some adult content? Which, if you go back and watch the first Beetlejuice, it had it in there as well.
Yeah.
But that was back before PG-13, I think.
Okay.
yeah, but this is. I mean, in the first one, I know Michael Keaton did no nudity, and in this one, it's full
So
frontal.
gross. That's just enough. He's just long enough in the tooth. Yeah, he still keeps in shape. Third best
Mike.
opening of the year behind Deadpool and Wolverine and Inside Out 2. Obviously, Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice was #1 at the box office this weekend. Deadpool, Wolverine, a distant second with $7.2 million.
It just goes to show, Mike. It shows you how creative Hollywood has become with another Marvel movie and 2 sequels being the biggest openings of the year. Hooray!
Yeah,
Hooray
that's-
for Hollywood!
Yeah, that means they won't make any more unoriginal remakes. They won't do that. You know that if you go to an NFL game, we've been talking a lot about football here, you're not going to be getting a good deal on beer. That being said, God forbid you buy a $250 ticket to sit there and watch the game sober. According to a website called sportcasting.com, NFL fans will have to pay an average of $15.02 for a beer and hot dog at stadiums this season. Now, not all prices are the same. Here are the stadiums where a brew and a dog cost the most. I get it. Seattle, lots of moneyed folks out there with the tech sector. $19.98 for a beer and a hot dog.
Yeah, get the Space Needle IPA.
Both the L.A. Rams and the L.A. Chargers, $19.49.
Too much.
The Chicago Bears, New Orleans Saints, and Jacksonville Jags, up in your neck of the wood, Josh, basically all at $19. New Orleans has the most expensive beers at $12, while the priciest hot dogs are in Seattle and L.A. at $8.49. That's price gouging.
I don't think those prices sound too bad.
You don't?
No,
you go to more sporting events than anybody on the show.
I know at Camden Yards it's about $10 for a beer and $8 for a hot dog. So there you're at $18 right there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I know I went to Taco Bell this week and a taco and a drink was like $13.
Yeah. Okay.
So
all right. I get it.
Were they playing baseball there at Taco Bell?
Not this time.
Okay.
The stadiums where a beer and a hot dog cost the least: Atlanta, Miami. $9.98 in Miami, $7.49 for the Falcons fans. And the Houston Texans, Baltimore Ravens, and Detroit Lions all come in at just under $12. So your Ravens are a bargain compared to the rest of the league, which I think is cool, right? Why not?
Yeah, I just wonder what type of beer and hot dog you get for that $12.
I'd say it's Natty Bo. I think it's
so.
Natty Bo, National Bohemian.
No, that's a boutique beer. They're going to be selling you Bud Light.
No, they're going to be selling you Natural Light.
Now, you might be right. That's cheaper, isn't it?
By the way, if you go to an Irish pub on St. Patrick's Day and you want to enjoy the green draft beer, it's Natural Light. Just thought I'd share that almost exclusively.
The worst.
Boy, Rob, I know you love when they combine a movie with a star talking about it. Like, very, very excited.
Mike, this is great.
Macaulay Culkin is going on tour, but not with one of his weird musical projects. He'll be talking about Home Alone, which I think is kind of fun. The show, billed as a nostalgic night with Macaulay Culkin, kicks off November 30th in Buffalo, New York, and winds up December 15th in Medford, Massachusetts. Isn't that where Richard Dreyfuss did his thing?
I think it is. Yeah.
Pre-sale starts today. The shows will include a screening of the movie, followed by a Q&A with the audience. See that? If you make it an evening where you get to watch the movie. Yeah.
I did one with Jerry Lewis. I thought it was fantastic. It was so cool. You get
there
to watch
will
the
also
movie
be a VIP package that includes a photo op with Macaulay. Grab more info at homealonetour.com. And if you love that movie, as we go into the Christmas season, it's argued that it's kind of a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
It is a Christmas movie. Go see it and check it out.
Yeah, enjoy the cash grab. Help him out.
Looks like the closest one for you, Rob, is going to be Erie, Pennsylvania.
That is Erie.
They're not doing any in the D.C. area. I'm surprised at that.
No, it's New York, Pennsylvania, Kentucky, Indiana, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Ohio, New Jersey.
Did Charlie book that?
It's a really weird tour.
Go here. Go here.
Don't miss Kentucky, Charlie.
And here and here and here. Here we go.
And
here and here.
There's no days off. It's one after another. He does it, hops on a plane, does
So
the
he's
next
like doing
one.
a week or something, like 7 days?
November 30th to December 15th.
So 2 weeks.
It's 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
It's 2 weeks, 15 shows.
That's exciting.
Bitcoin.
All right, you know those 4-day work weeks everybody wants? Well, Jimmy Fallon is finally getting one. The Tonight Show is going to 4 days a week. Starting with the new fall season, there will be new episodes on Monday through Thursday, then a repeat on Friday night. Why do I think the behind-the-scenes technical people are probably getting boned on this?
Of course they are.
Yeah.
Because it's a cost-cutting move.
But you know what they should do? Is a bonus show on Friday nights.
That'd be good that you pay for it.
There you go. Tonight was actually the only late-night show still doing 5 nights a week. Jimmy Kimmel Live, Late Show with Stephen Colbert, Late Night with Seth Meyers, and The Daily Show all do 4. And by the way, if you're a Daily Show, if you haven't been living in a box underground, you should know that Jon Stewart rolls in on Monday to do his. And thank God we have him. He's a national treasure, in my opinion. Kimmel has been taking summers off for the past few years. Fallon, but don't they have guest hosts? When,
yeah, they do. And
Jimmy
top of the line
takes off?
guest hosts. Yeah.
Fallon is signed with the Tonight Show through 2028. And by the way, Mr. Spiewak takes a well-deserved vacation next week, and I will be joined in studio by my better half, ladies and gentlemen,
Excellent.
Mrs. Carla O'Mara. It'll be something.
I was thinking, Mike, at the end, Carson would do a best of on Monday. He would do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then they had a guest host on Friday, right, with Leno or
yeah, and then
Joan
Carson would
Rivers.
do like stand-up around the country. Well, that was Jay that did that more. Yeah, Carson had the dream schedule.
He had a great
of all-
schedule, yeah.
I mean, he
And
really did.
that's a better way to do it, is put a guest host on Friday, so
Yeah.
then you're prepping that guy to take over
Yeah,
when you don't want
And
to
which
put
they
you
also-
kind of
anymore.
did. That's what
The
they
guest
did.
host would be more amenable to younger skewing guests too. For example, Jay would bring in more comedians, and I know that Joan Rivers was important. She helped break the Go-Go's, but Johnny would never book the Go-Go's. But it
And
was
of
a
course,
great appearance. Yeah,
When Joan Rivers went on the
To
ill-fated Fox show
Yeah.
late night, they never spoke to each other again.
because
Which
she
is,
she never called him. That's all he wanted was a call.
You know what popped up on my feed last night, Rob? The clip of Wayne Newton on Larry King when he talks about going to Johnny's office.
So great.
Because Johnny was making effeminate jokes about Wayne Newton. He
I
said,
might actually have that. Let me
kick you right in the ass. I'll kick you right. But don't worry about it. We can play it
Okay.
later.
Another time.
We move on finally today. In the Netherlands, they have crime too. Stay tuned. A 33-year-old man was sentenced to 4 months in jail for stalking after showing up at his ex's home. But he didn't just walk up to the front door. He shipped himself inside a box to her address. It's unclear if she somehow brought it inside or not, but he emerged from the box, threatened her with a gun.
That's
and
not
then-
okay.
Then he took off with the keys to the place. The man told the judge, "Virdi, virdi, virdi." No, the man told the judge, having himself delivered in a box was, quote, the only way to get in and get my stuff back. The woman then put a camera in her home after the box incident and caught him showing up at her place 3 times. Guy's
Wow.
pretty obsessed. The man claims he had permission for the visits, but the judge didn't buy it. In addition to the jail time, the judge granted the woman a 3-year restraining order. The man later confessed to the whole crime, told police that this getting shipped in there inside a packaging box was the only way to get into the house without making noise with his wooden shoes. He said he just wanted to give his wife some tulips. Cops told him to go back to his windmill and get some sleep.
You win.
There. There are your Holland stereotypes right there, ladies and gentlemen. How about that, huh?
Mike?
How about that? Are we hitting on all 8 on Monday? Yes, we are, baby.
The whole thing was a Dutch treat.
Dutch. We'll take a break. Come back with Rob Spiewak and dog parks right
Yes.
here on the Mike O'Mara Show. Ladies and gentlemen, listen up. One of the biggest challenges to eating better is that so many better-for-you products taste so bad. Well, there is a brand new one that has cracked the code on providing real nutrition that also tastes incredible. I love Orgain.
Yes.
I do it. That's why I'm able to bring it in here and chug it during this commercial. 30 grams of protein.
That's
if you
crazy.
know anything about weight loss, ladies and gentlemen, and by the way, love the cap too. Don't have to peel anything off the top. It does
Easy.
it for you with the cap. Orgain 30-gram protein shake right there. You see that, ladies and gentlemen? Orgain's 30-gram protein shakes are an excellent source. Let me spin that. Of complete protein with all 9 essential amino acids.
Here goes Mike with a big pull off the Orgain, the 11-ounce container. He just had probably 7 grams of protein on that swallow.
It is really, Josh, I know you like this stuff too.
Yep,
It is
every morning.
It's really, some people do protein well, some people don't. And this is one of those companies that has it. And it is fantastic. I love it.
I do every morning before the show as well. I have it down in my fridge down here. I grab it. It's just part of my daily policy. And
So
it tastes
good.
great. It does.
Chocolate tastes the best.
shaky.
Energy, muscle support, recovery, helps manage hunger, promotes healthy weight management. Orgain is convenient, real nutrition with only 1 gram of sugar per serving. Thank God for that. And no soy ingredients or artificial flavors or sweeteners. 30 grams of protein, and it tastes amazing. One of the best out there as far as the flavor is concerned. Orgain 30-gram protein shakes are available at Costco and Orgain.com. If you want to get in on the delicious protein-packed nutrition today, head to Orgain.com. Use the code TMOS/TMOS, and 20% is yours off your order. Remember, that's ORGAIN.com/TMOS for 20% off, and make sure you use the promo code TMOS so they know that we sent you, and that is the best way to get started with Orgain. You get a 20% discount.
You will
What's
honestly,
not to like?
Mike, you will honestly not believe that you're doing something that's good for your body when you drink it because it tastes that good.
Well, this is
the
my
deal.
favorite sponsor because it was already part of my morning routine.
Oh, cool. They
So
found
it
you
was-
out.
the fact
Thank
that
you
they
for
came on
talking.
was great.
I'm doing my drinking. Rob, do you want to talk about your TV fun or your dog park experience?
Let's talk TV fun, and then we can table the dog park because we're all dog owners. No, let's go with the dog park because we're all dog owners. Do you ever take them to dog parks? Because I've got a minuscule yard. And so if they want to run, I can walk them all day, but I can't let them run. So have you ever done it?
Yeah, with a couple of our dogs, but not really with the terriers recently. And I cannot stand dog parks. I think
Why?
Because they're gross.
We've got a pretty nice one here. They do
The
clean up.
nice one, or whatever. No matter how nice it is, it's a piss field.
Well,
I
of
mean,
course
that's what
it
it
is.
is. It's gross.
But you go in and it's like Alcatraz because you go through one gate and there's like a holding area and you close that gate and then you can go into the park. And this is a big, probably 1 acre deal with mulch and clean benches so you can sit on the benches and watch your dog. But I have a question about just policy.
yeah.
Both Linus and Sebastian, the hardest part about going to the dog park is they both want to be front seat dogs. So driving them there is really tough. And I've actually had Sebastian shift the gear in my car to neutral while we're driving because he gets up in the middle and lays on the console.
Right.
So you have to be aware of all this. But we get there, it's Carrie and me and the 2 dogs, and it's a busy day because it was a beautiful day yesterday. And right away, the sniffing begins. And
Yeah, that's
then,
cute. That's funny.
I like that.
As long
but,
as it's the dogs.
oh, okay, yes.
Were you doing it to Carrie again?
To that guy. There's a guy that we have in our neighborhood.
Okay, that guy.
I think he eats a lot of bran. So
Oh, look at Cross. That's the Spiewak man. He's sniffing butts again.
thing is it's proof that I don't have COVID. That's my reassurance.
Yeah, you're doing it as a safety measure.
When I smell my neighbors. And there was a couple great moments when there was like 5 or 6 dogs there, all varying size, and they'd all get together, and then there'd be like a dog parade where they'd all run by you in a line, and it's just the greatest because
Do
I love
your
dogs.
Linus and
Sebastian.
Sebastian, Linus and Sebastian, do they get like super pumped when they know they're going to be going to the park?
Linus does. Sebastian doesn't know because he's too stupid.
Okay, so he's just like,
Yeah, but Linus starts going,
because he's
he
into
knows the route. Yeah.
Okay.
So they're not really that bad normally about this, and they leave each other alone. But when new dogs enter the mix,
Yeah.
there's a lot of humping. And Linus is older. He's 11 going on 12. I thought he'd be past this. And this is what
Neutered,
happened.
though, right? Neutered?
Yeah, of course. Now, when Sebastian goes into it, that's something because he's 100 pounds. But
When
Linus
he goes
is,
into what? The humping or
the
being
humping.
humped?
The humping. Oh no, none of them were humped. They were all humping. And and the worst one I think was there was almost like a show dog quality dachshund, the kind that are like perfectly black and shiny, just a beautiful little dog.
I don't think of that breed
Yeah.
as a show dog quality. I don't.
Well, I mean, if
there's
you
just
saw
such
this
little-
one, it was just so perfect. It was a perfect, like if you pictured in your head the way a
Hot dog.
dachshund should look, a hot dog. So Linus sees this little dog that looks about the size of a really big Washington, D.C. city rat and goes up to it and he sniffs and the dog's okay with that. And then I see the thing. He arches his back. This is like the first step of it. And then little bit of movement in the hips.
He mounts the dachshund.
He's about to. And I say, Linus, no.
Doesn't sound like a fair fight.
I didn't know this was a dog park thing. This
Why?
doesn't happen at the dog parks I take my dogs
I've
to.
never seen it at the dog parks
No,
where
like,
it's a humpathon.
Exactly.
Well, the
Horny
bad-
Acres Dog Park.
You're saying that like this is just like what you know this. If you go to a dog park, everyone sits on benches and watches dogs hump each other.
Well, maybe you're going to the wrong dog.
By the way, dogs,
Yes.
in my experience, don't necessarily discriminate between the sexes. Did you know whether the dachshund was a male or a female?
Mike, it was like a key party. Everybody was on everybody.
You
but
didn't know it could be male on male, female.
It was a
on-
male. It was a male dachshund. I think his name was Nutmeg, something like that. What?
What are you doing, Linus? Trying to nutmeg.
So that was bad. But then Linus, we can yell at him and he listens. But as you know, Sebastian is stupid, and that's the torn hat.
Sorry about that. Carla just threw that at me. There it is.
Could you
Sorry.
put
Go
it
ahead.
on?
Yeah, no, I'm not going to interrupt you. He's doing his thing here. Come on.
All right.
She'll be hosting with me next week. Yes.
Maybe she can bring
All
the
right.
hat.
Okay.
So then Sebastian starts. There's a white husky.
Why are both of your dogs so incredibly horny? I don't understand that. I'd be a little pissed if somebody's dog.
It's
I'm still
learned
confused
behavior.
of this being normal behavior.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It's happened. I have no examples to compare. it to.
Josh, the Spiewak home is a sexually charged environment.
I know
And
that's not it.
And that was my question. Are other dogs running around and doing this as well, or just your dogs?
There was one other dog that was a terrier mix that was pretty frisky. But this beautiful white husky with gorgeous blue eyes, Sebastian saw him and went up to him, and first was the sniffing of the undercarriage and the back, and then he gets on and the hips are going, and out of the
Spiewak's dogs are coming. Get our dogs out of the park. The Spiewak molesting dogs are coming.
Also,
That dog has a sign in his
The way
yard.
you talk about the dogs being beautiful, it's like you're the Giselle Maxwell out
Yeah,
there for
isn't
your
it weird
dogs.
the way they look at this show quality? Linus, go get that one. There,
painting
go
a
for it.
picture. I am not in favor.
Well,
of
it's
them
almost
doing
like
this.
he's legitimizing the
Yeah.
fake
No.
humping, you know?
Yeah,
No,
his
what I'm
dogs only
doing-
choose the most beautiful dogs.
That's true.
By the
That's
way,
true.
is there
And
anything,
then cast
and we
them
have to say,
aside.
is there anything funnier
No.
than two things, a dog humping or a dog taking a dump? I
No.
think it's one of the funniest things to see.
I love it.
really
I
is.
love it because also it means that the dump is funny, but it also means the walk is over. So
Do
it's a
people, by the
doubly
way,
great
in
thing.
your dog park, do they
Yeah.
are people polite? Do they bring their bags with them? Their
Yes. It's
their
very
poop
polite.
bags?
It's great. Everyone scoops right away.
All right.
And also there's a water trough. It's a nice, and they have bag dispensers there. It's a nice.
Do they give out condoms?
No, they don't.
You don't have to say anything funny. Just let it land.
So-
that's it. Yes.
So Sebastian sees this white husky, who's a bigger dog, and he mounts her, and his hips are going, and the owner from the other park bench goes, let's just say the dog.
Hey,
is
you
named
want to
Missy.
come home with me?
No. So I think the dog is. Let's say the dog is named Missy. The lady owner says, "Missy, don't just stand there. Do something about it." So she's
Like
obviously
to get him off.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
no,
get
she-
him off. I misspoke. Oh God! All right, play the thing. I'm sorry.
But
to
anyway-
get the dog off Missy.
Yeah,
but
so-
you said Missy was a male anyway. So
No, this was
Mickey.
a female. This was a female.
The dachshund was a female.
No, the dachshund was Nutmeg. That was a male. Missy
And-
was a female.
What breed was Missy?
That was a husky.
God, a horny fest.
But anyway, I just
Sounds like
I just
only
don't-
your dogs were doing it.
But it's sadly true. But I don't think anyone was upset by the fact that it was going on. And
Yes,
my
they
thing
were.
is, what is the policy? Do you apologize? What do? Do you say, "Oh,
You
dog"?
tell your dog. You say, "Get off, Linus. Stop that."
Yeah,
That's what you say. Did you say that?
Yes, every time. But I mean, it keeps happening. He's not very
You
disciplined.
kind of enjoyed the show.
I will say yes. It was a
Well,
good
I would.
show. It was
I
a good
would.
show.
It's funny.
I
You
do
don't
like
really
the-
even want to say "get off." You
No,
know, you want to just say. I can't keep saying that. I
Mike,
don't
we know what you mean. But anyway,
Thank you.
And you meet so many nice people at the dog park, Mike. And my last thing is this: they all love to talk.
Oh yeah, and you're not real social that way. I get it. Do they? Can before we go to commercial?
Yeah,
can
stop
I
the
ask you
music.
this?
Sure.
Do you don't like talking to people in the dog park?
Depends. If they seem to be sensible, good people, it's fine. If
But
it's
if
like,
they seem like dog people that are cat ladies, you don't
yes,
want to.
that you said, I say, is he a rescue? Is he a rescue?
See, what the problem is it's the Carrie and Rob factor. That's
what
when the
way?
dynamic changes dramatically.
Oh, Carrie
That's
loves
what-
talking to people.
Yeah, or you do too if you're alone. But if you get them
Maybe.
together, it's Lando Snark. We found that out on cocktail party shows. We'll be right back after this, ladies
I
and
chose
gentlemen.
to marry her.
Whether you are a seasoned gym goer or just starting your fitness journey, what your workout really needs is Fitbod. It's a fitness app that customizes each workout based on your goals and adapts them as you improve. Fitbod tailors a personal workout based on your time and equipment constraints. So, whether you got 10 minutes or 2 hours, Fitbod can help you get better with each workout. Fitbod creates a personalized workout routine based on your goals, fitness level, and your available equipment. Fitbod tracks your muscle recovery so you can avoid burnout and keep up your momentum. It's like a personal trainer, but it's better. It's cheaper, it's easier to build a custom fitness plan that works for you, and you can add Fitbod to your workout essentials. Join Fitbod today to get your personalized workout plan. Get 25% off your subscription or try the app free at fitbod.me/TMOS. That's FITBOD.me/TMOS. And we thank you, Fitbod.
Hey, I like that. Some beautiful video.
Jerry Todd.
Don't know much about
History.
all this. Don't know much about history.
Let that dog get off.
Don't know much about biology, but I do know that
I
1 and
love
1 is 2, and I do know that Linus's balls are blue. Anyway, what a wonderful world. There's a comedian out there. His name is Ricky Mokel. I am what back in the day I was hired as what was called I'm a voice guy. It's sometimes can say radio impressionist, but the simple way to say I was a voice guy. I did voices. What was my entree into major market broadcasting. That's why I like this little clip. This is kind of innocent, but it comes out of nowhere and cracked me up. This comedian's name is Ricky Mokel. Let's take a look at
And
this.
she likes it when I change up my voice. I can change up my voice, and she'll say, I'll be driving down the road, and she'll get that look in her eyes, and she'll say, do that voice. And I may not even, be in the mood to do it, but I'll have to do it, And I'll just be driving, and I'll say something like, can Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? She'll be all over me.
Have you ever had a girlfriend, fiance, anything like that, a significant other that requested voices from you?
I've joked about it throughout my life, but there have been because people would always that was a running joke at some point. Do the Charlie voice when you're it would be better for a bonus show if I said
I understand. Maybe we'll visit that.
It's time. I'm close.
I remember one time one of your voices
back at the dog park
long time ago.
Dog park, yeah, exactly.
It's not even a culturally appropriate voice anymore, but he at one point said he was looking at sex books and he said, I spilled something.
Okay, that's it. There you go. Moving right along.
You said it.
European fans. I think they're rugby fans, soccer fans, whatever.
Yeah.
The European fans love to get loaded. They do. I mean, I've heard stories about
part of the
soccer matches,
culture. Yeah.
just incredible. This guy is so out, and I think somewhere on the screen it'll say European fans love to create games. They're good at creating new and exciting games. Take a look at these European fans with the drunken outside. He's passed out.
And then balanced a beer on his head.
He's got a pint glass on his head. He's got a pint glass on his head. They walk up. Somebody else walks up with a beer. They're going to fill the glass.
poured beer into it. That poor guy. Hey, added more beer.
All right, wait for it.
Uh-oh.
It moved a little bit.
Little bit, yeah. And it falls.
I love that.
You know what's so great about that is just that little clip of the background of that bar. It looks like an episode of Ted Lasso. It is such a typical pub. It's a beautiful thing.
Well, we're right in the middle of school season. Everybody's getting back to school, getting into the grind. As my son goes into early middle school, so some start at fifth grade. He did with fifth grade, and you have to be mindful. It is, at least as I remember it, one of the cruelest times. That's the sweet spot for kids that are in between.
It is,
And this is a back to school 8th grade teacher just talking about her students, and there's something about her that I find captivating.
That my 8th graders have said to me.
Things that my 8th
Are
graders
you
have
in
said.
therapy? You seem like the type. You look like my grandpa's couch.
Wow.
Thank you. A
little
student got
trouble with
the
it
answer
there?
right
Yeah.
and yelled, "Yeah, I felt that one in my nuggets." Your pants look like trash bags sewn together. Ha ha, trash bag pants. I don't get why you write so much on my rough draft. I'm not reading all that, bruh, for real, for real.
Bruh.
Miss Dugan, the toilet paper in this school sucks. I just got Dookie on my hand.
Miss Dugan.
Dugan.
I love that name, Dugan.
Fat ass alert. That one ended up being about me. I was eating some crackers. And finally, how does it feel to be the only unmarried teacher in this school?
Wow.
Thank you.
I could watch
delivery's
her
everything.
a
Yeah.
long time. She's great.
I could watch her for an hour doing that.
Yeah.
And finally, for those of you that love hitting the egg like I love hitting the egg, I think if you play golf, we've been underwater down here in Southwest Florida, and the ground is soft, the ground is muddy, but no matter, you have water holes on a golf course, and if you play long enough, I think everybody might have this kind of experience, but this guy takes it a little too close to the water.
All right.
Let's take a look at me on the golf course, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
I think it had to stay in there.
I think you just drove it right into it.
Oh my God.
Covered in mud. Ugh.
There he is. Yeah,
Nasty.
Mike O'Mara. Mike O'Mara on the 18th hole, ladies and gentlemen.
But Mike, always a
Fantastic.
smile on your face.
Oh, yeah. Happy, joy. And did you guys get those videos okay? Because it's choppy down here. Because
they're beautiful here.
Are weird underwater down here. We'll take a break. Some beautiful video coming up, ladies and gentlemen. You are listening to the Mike O'Mara Show. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And yes, I have made that kind of shot before.
Yuck.
Thank you very much. Hey, unleash your best self with DermGlowSkin.com. It's never been easier. Just fill out a quick questionnaire, have a call with a medical provider, and get your prescription delivered right to your door. Just one injection a week, and you're on your way to losing 21 to 26% of your weight while improving blood sugar, cholesterol, and blood pressure. They offer FDA-approved semaglutide and tirzepatide for weight loss, plus NAD+, B12, Samorelin, and PT141 for that extra boost. Get ready to shine in Vegas, baby. Feel great and look amazing. Start your transformation today at dermglowskin.com. I'm Mike O'Mara, and I approve this message, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, I like that. Some beautiful video.
Anyone who knows me long enough knows really, deep down, I'm an idiot. And I love this. I've watched a lot of these over the weekend because they happened on my feed. I think it's an antique store that does it, but they're not really selling anything. They do what they call the Adventures of Little Elvis. And they have an Elvis action figure and they put him in situations. And Mike, this is what it might be like if little Elvis, a 12-inch tall Elvis action figure, went to see Beetlejuice.
Wanted a movie today. I wonder if Clam Bake's playing. Clam Bake, gonna have a clam bake? Oh man, Clam Bake ain't playing. I guess I gotta go see this movie. What the hell is a Beetlejuice? Bioexorcism? What the hell am I getting myself into? This place is empty. Well, I guess I don't have to worry about the screaming chicks. This looks good. Peanut butter and banana flavored popcorn, my favorite. All right, time to TCB. This movie's far out, man. I'm like totally blown away. I'm gonna go home and watch the original on my favorite streaming service. Let me finish these credits real quick.
The Adventures.
Well, they're
of
over.
Little Elvis.
Come on, let's go.
Just stupid.
It is so stupid.
Come on, I told you, just follow me. Let's go. I'm as happy as can be. I wonder what it'd been like if I would have played Beetlejuice. I think it would have been a big hit. My boy, that was a lot of fun.
That's my favorite part. I think it would have been a big hit. My boy.
There is something so lightly accurate about that impression.
That's it. And that's what makes it funny because he's just got enough of my boy. I think it would have been a big hit. I wish I had played Beetlejuice. He's got, right? He's got, and the singing is fantastic. Yeah.
What the hell is a
Good
Beetlejuice?
call. Absolutely. 100%.
Anyway, you can Google Little Elvis. You can find that. Mike, sometimes you just look down in the shower and you can't believe what you found.
Peanut.
This is a fella. I'm not gonna go way back, Mike, and it's courtesy to you.
Hey,
but
I'm the one that said it. I'm guilty.
I know, but that's fine. This is a fella who, note, he hadn't played with Legos in 25 years.
Okay.
But he was in the shower.
I was in the shower, and my doctor has told me that with the dry, hot summer months, it's really helpful to blow your nose while you're in the shower because the humidity of the steam and everything it really helps kind of clear everything out.
Sounds like he's congested.
So I've been regularly doing this for the last 6 months or so. We live in Arizona, and it's hot 90% of the time here.
He's in Arizona.
And dry. It's a dry heat. Today, I was blowing my nose in the shower,
gross.
And lo and behold, I blew out a Lego dot that has been in my nose for at least 26 years. And I don't know what to think of this, because I have had multiple breathing issues with asthma and sleep apnea. I just got diagnosed with obstructive sleep apnea. And I feel like this Lego piece has been the culprit for the last 26 years.
Wow.
That would be very surprising to me. Yeah,
He sounds like he's got snot in there right now.
Or
right?
more Lego pieces.
Yeah.
Could
or
be.
More, yeah. Like he might have not just the dot, he might have a whole wall.
Like,
up
yeah,
there.
the Millennium Falcon up in his Millennium Falcon.
By the way, I've
say.
still got a Lego set that I think Stephen Douglas McIntyre gave my son that we have not even opened. And I think that these appreciate in value.
They do.
Yeah.
I made a mint on one once.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. In fact, I've got it in my studio. It's right in the closet up there. I could show it to you, but I won't now.
No.
Maybe later in the week I'll show it.
Mike, visit eBay and do a little exploration.
I might do that. Yeah,
That's
that
fun.
might be fun. Yeah, and then I can go spin and win and blow it all.
Spin and win.
Yeah.
You just
there
revealed
I am.
it.
I told you not to mention the name, and then I did.
Okay, Mike, two more. This is a guy who won an argument, but he reminds me of you when you talk to yourself.
Great news, I just won another pretend argument with somebody in my head. The great news is, even though they made a bunch of great make-believe points, the points that I made were even better. I wish you guys could have heard this make-believe argument, because I totally made some great points, and I completely had them up against the ropes, and I probably made them feel bad. The current score is me, a bunch, and them, significantly fewer. So glad I could share this great news with you guys. And be sure to stay tuned, because I plan on having another imaginary argument in my head with somebody within the next couple of hours.
So, Mike, you're not the only one.
It's just a weird dude, too. That is
I know.
a weird enough dude. I love
All right. Last thing, Mike, how do you feel about casseroles? We come from the generation when the casserole really became big.
Well, I'll tell you that I'm not a fan, and I'll tell you the main reason since you brought it up. I have a quick answer for this.
All right.
I'm not a fan because in my mom's era, whenever it was tuna casserole. That's what that was a thing back in the with like the cheese sauce or the tuna
It was
and the
tuna,
macaroni.
cream of
It
mushroom.
was nasty.
Yeah.
It was cream of mushroom. Oh God, I hated it.
I once had someone who
absolutely
knew a
hated it.
lot about cooking tell me that any cream of soup from Campbell's is interchangeable. It's just flavor and salt. That's all it is.
Absolutely. It just thickens. That's what it does. Yeah.
Well, a lot of times as a good gesture, someone will bring you a casserole. Like if, God forbid, you've had a death in the family, they'll bring you a casserole. But this is at a police station, and I don't think they appreciated this casserole. Let's close with this. Also, Mike, early contender for mugshot of the week. All right.
Police tonight are sharing new details about a strange incident that happened recently in the Village. Officers say Michael Lamb, a convicted felon with an extensive criminal history, came to the police station last week with a disturbing delivery.
Last week, we had an individual walk into the police department, I guess you'd say with some sort of casserole that was homemade. Inside the casserole was a number of different things to include dog feces, chicken nuggets, grapes, some sprinkles. I had Brillo pad, as well as a live .223 round, commonly used in an AR-15. He walked out, basically told us, make sure you eat this off duty, and laughed as he walked out.
Police say Lamb was also carrying drugs. Lamb is known to local law enforcement across the county for several incidents, most recently on Sunday when deputies say he stole from the Target in Henrietta and resisted arrest. In that case, he was arraigned and is being held in the Monroe County Jail without bail because he's a convicted felon.
Oh, Mike, when you go to the Henrietta Target, you got to watch out for the sprinkles and the dog feces.
Absolutely. Delicious. Feces everywhere. Nasty. Nasty.
But a great mugshot.
Oh, it looks like a lovely man. Looks like Bill Burr from 3 Mile Island. We got to take a powder. We'll be back tomorrow with a brand new episode, ladies and gentlemen, from Mr. Josh Soroka, a Baltimore Ravens fan. Mr. Rob Spiewak, a Washington Commanders fan.
Yes.
Yours truly. There it is. At the Giants. You might not even tell that it's ripped until you go to that side.
They're very well made, Mike.
There you go. Here we are. I'm weak as a kitten. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.
So long, folks.
Want more? Make sure you check out The Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Stripping down, butt naked, bending over, all you could see was cellulite hanging in pubic hair.